Hello guys, welcome back to another exciting and beautiful episode. My name is Ogechi. If you are stopping by for the first time, hello. Do want to click on the red subscribe button, like this video, turn on post notification bell so you'll be the first person to get notified anytime I drop a banger, okay? And to all my returning subscribers and viewers, you guys are the most amazing. Thank you for always coming back and watching my videos. Today's video is from the Daily Signal, okay? It's titled "My Childhood Was Ruined." Detransitioner Chloe Cole talks about trans procedure. This looks interesting. I would love the viewers to actually see or hear from someone who was a trans who got a transition, who got transitioned, right, and is now detransitioning. We would love to hear. I've heard a lot of people talk about the procedure of transitioning, right, and it's usually not an easy one, right? I would love you guys to really hear it. This looked quite interesting and it is eye-opening, to be honest, and I'm really interested in this. I'll be giving my thought during the course of this video and after this video, so it's important that you watch through, so you watch and you fully grasp and understand what this video is about. So you drop a comment, because this conversation will be continued in the comment section. So let's just get straight into it.
My name is Chloe Cole, and I am a detransitioner. Another way to put that would be, I used to believe that I was born in the wrong body, and the adults in my life whom I trusted affirmed my belief, and this caused me lifelong, irreversible harm. I speak to you today as a victim of one of the biggest medical scandals in the history of the United States of America.
Did you hear what she said? She said she was born with the belief that she was born with a wrong body, and her guardian, her parents, enabled it. This is so wrong. Okay, I think our work or the job of a guardian or a parent is to actually help children to the right path, help them understand who they really are, not enable their foolish thoughts. Because children can be foolish and be silly, right? Sometimes they can be, and it is normal for children to be like that. But it's your parent it's your duty as a parent to actually guide them through this journey. I'm not here to condemn anybody, but I'm just trying to say that kids need to be put through the right way, and they need sane parents who have a full understanding of what actually parenting is. This is actually really sad, to be honest.
I speak to you in the hope that you will have the courage to bring the scandal to an end and ensure that other vulnerable teenagers, children, and young adults don't go through what I went through.
It's so sad. So sad.
At the age of 12, I began to experience what my medical team would later diagnose as gender dysphoria. I was well into an early puberty, and I was very uncomfortable with the changes that were happening to my body. I was intimidated by male attention, and when I told my parents that I felt like a boy, in retrospect, all I meant was that I hated puberty, that I wanted this newfound sexual attention to go away, that I looked up to my brothers a little bit more than I did to my sisters. I came out as transgender in a letter I sent on the dining room table. My parents were immediately concerned. They felt like they needed to get outside help from medical professionals, but this proved to be a mistake. It immediately set our entire family down a path of ideologically motivated deceit and coercion. The gender specialist I was taken to see told my parents that I needed to be put on puberty-blocking drugs right away. They asked my parents a simple question: would you rather have a dead daughter or a living transgender son? The choice was enough for my parents to let their guard down, and in retrospect, I can't blame them. This was the moment.
Did you guys hear what she just said? She was experiencing puberty, which is very normal. I remember when I started experiencing puberty, because I think I had joined college then. I started attending college. So I think I was about 12. That was when puberty started kicking in. And I know these changes she's talking about. As a kid growing into puberty, you're growing into a lot of responsibilities. Your body is changing. everything is changing, you don't even like the way you feel. That is why we have parents to actually, some children's own might be easier while some children's own might be a little bit difficult. I would encourage parents to actually try and fully understand every stage of your child's development, so that when it kicks in, you're not shocked, because her parents were actually shocked. They didn't know what to do. They actually met the wrong, if you ask me, they met the wrong people who actually who in fact, I feel really, I don't know the way I feel sorry for her, because I mean, she's the one at the receiving end. Anyway, let's just continue this video.
This was the moment that we all became victims of so-called gender-affirming care. I was fast-tracked onto puberty blockers and then testosterone. The resulting menopausal-like hot flashes made focusing on school impossible. I still get joint pains and weird pops in my back, but they were far worse when I was on the blockers.
A 12-year-old child using blockers, puberty blockers, or what she call it, 12 years old, who is just coming into puberty. This is so wrong. Like, I feel honest, I feel really sad for her, honestly, and every other child going through this.
A month later, when I was 13, I had my first testosterone injection. It's caused permanent changes to my body. My voice will forever be deeper, my jawline sharper, my nose longer, my bone structure permanently masculinized, my Adam's apple more prominent, my fertility unknown. I look in the mirror sometimes and I feel like a monster. I had a double mastectomy at 15. They tested my amputated breast for cancer. And I was cancer-free, of course. I was perfectly healthy. There was nothing wrong with my still developing body or my breasts, other than that, as an insecure teenage girl, I felt awkward about it. After my breasts were taken away from me, the tissue was incinerated. Before I was able to legally drive, I had a huge part of my future womanhood taken from me. I will never be able to breastfeed. I struggle to look at myself in the mirror at times. I still struggle to this day with sexual dysfunction. And I have massive scars across my chest. And the skin grafts that they took of my nipples are weeping fluid today. And they were grafted into a more masculine.
This is a lot. This is a lot to take in, honestly. I feel so sad. She's just 13. She is just 13, for crying out loud. Why can't we allow kids be kids? I remember growing up as a young girl and I experienced everything that had to do with being a child. I was a child. Nobody took my childhood away from me. I experienced puberty. I had parents who took me through it. I had teachers. I had guardians. I had uncles and aunties who would answer every burning question. Why can't we allow children be children these days? This is really sad. Like, look at what she had to go through. Her breasts, having so many scars on her body at that age. She can't even look at herself in the mirror. For crying out loud, she is just coming into puberty. Like, let's just continue this.
Positioning, they said.
Quite a lot to take in, honestly.
After surgery, my grades in school plummeted. Everything that I went through did nothing to address my underlying mental health issues that I had. And my doctors, with their theories on gender, thought that all my problems would go away as soon as I was surgically transformed into something that vaguely resembled a boy. Their theories were wrong. The drugs and surgeries changed my body, but they did not and could not change the basic reality that I am and forever will be a female. When my specialist first told my parents that they could have a dead daughter or a live transgender son, I wasn't suicidal. I was a happy child who struggled because she was different. However, at 16, after my surgery, I did become suicidal. I'm doing better now. But my parents almost got the dead daughter promised to them by my doctors. My doctors had almost created the very nightmare they...
Of course she will become suicidal. Why? Because she is now even more confused. She knows she's a girl. She feels like a girl, but she doesn't look like a girl. She is so confused. Now imagine a child who is coming into puberty and is actually very confused about what's going on in my body, what's actually going on. I don't feel okay. And you only watch, all you just needed was somebody who will guide you through that journey. And then somebody comes and says, oh, you're a boy living in a woman's body, you need to transition into a boy. And then they start giving you blockers, you start going for surgeries, this is a lot. Your mental state, even as a child, will be tampered with. Your school, you can't even concentrate in school. Your mates are going to laugh at you because you're looking like a girl this minute, you're looking like a boy this minute. Let's let children be children. Let's allow them be kids. When you were growing up as a child, you were allowed to be who you wanted to be. You were allowed to be. No child wants, if all they need is just guidance to actually fully understand who they really are, and not some parent who is going to be actually as confused as they are. That's why it's important that you're having children, you learn and you understand, and you are actually, how to become a parent at every point. Children need guidance. They need someone to actually put them in the right direction and not even confuse them the more. This is very sad, and it is more sad because this is the reality of a lot of children out there.
Said they were trying to avoid. So what message do I want to bring to American teenagers and their families? I didn't need to be lied to. I needed compassion. I needed to be loved. I needed to be given therapy to help me work through my issues, not affirm to my delusion that by transforming into a boy, it would solve all my problems. We need to stop telling 12-year-olds that they were born wrong, that they are right to reject their own bodies and feel uncomfortable with their own skin. We need to stop telling children that puberty is an option, that they can choose what kind of puberty they will go through, just so they can choose what clothes to wear or what music to listen to. Puberty is a rite of passage to adulthood, not a disease to be mitigated. Today, I should be at home with my family celebrating my 19th birthday, and instead I'm making a desperate plea to my elected representatives. Learn the lessons from other medical scandals like the opioid crisis, to recognize that doctors are human too, and sometimes they are wrong. My childhood was ruined along with thousands of detransitioners that I know through our networks. This needs to stop. You alone can stop it. Enough children have already been victimized by this barbaric pseudoscience. Please let me be your final warning. Thank you.
This is a warning. This should teach a lot of parents, a lesson. Allow children be children. All they need is love. All they need is compassion. All they need is guardian. All they need is a sane parent who is going to teach them and tell them, oh, this is what puberty, like she said, is a passage to adulthood. It is normal for both a boy and a girl. A girl goes through her process. A boy goes through his process. You go through that process before you become an adult. It is not a disease. It is just a part. Everybody goes through that. Stop making children feel like puberty is a disease or is a condition or it's not. It is normal. It is very normal. Please, let's allow children be. This is going to mess them up. This is really going to mess them, and it is sickening. It has eaten deep into our society now, because a lot of children, because of these things they see, they are now even more curious about things they shouldn't be curious about. Allow children be comfortable in their skin and in their body, and when they are confused, please teach them the right things. Both parents, teachers, guardians, everybody has to come together to stop this menace. We need to stop. We need to stop. Doctors can be wrong. They're also humans. That's why it's important. Children first learn at home. If children are not taught properly at home, when they go out, they are confused. So when you teach them properly at home, they're not confused when they go outside. We need to guide our children jealously. We need to guard them and guide them jealously. If you're a parent out there, please let's learn. Read books. Please, let's be more curious about every process our child goes through. This is 2024. Please, our children are even more, they are more curious, right? They are very curious. If you do not teach them, the society will teach them. Who do you want them to who do you want them to be taught from? Of course from you, because you're their parents. Please, this is really sad. I feel so sorry for this child, and every other child that is going through this. I hope that this thing stops. Actually, what do you think about this video? Please drop your thoughts or what you think about this in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell for my next episode. I'll see you in my next episode.